Hello there. This is the first video I've been compelled to make, simply entitled How I Became a MGTOW. It had nothing to do with family life really growing up. I had a good mum, well I have a good mum still, and a good dad. Both worked very hard for us, and they seemed to sort of make their relationship work and do well. I also have two younger brothers, and a very positive role model in my father as to how to be a strong man in today's life. I guess my journey towards MGTOW really started. I've had three what I'd call long-term relationships. They never really lasted past the point of 3 years. First one I was cheated on. The second one, I was dumped, for lack of a better word, because I didn't hold any major long-term career goals. I was 22, quite happy in the prime of my life, quite happy experiencing everything that life had to offer really. Spent a lot of time travelling to and from to see her, and then that broke down. In that instance, I swore off the whole relationship thing and went really on that's it, I'm going to stay single and get laid as much as possible. And that continued for a long time. I had little sort of small girlfriend moments here and there. And then I met the third long-term relationship I was going to have, and she fell pregnant very early on with my son, who is with me full time. It only really started to cement in my head about being MGTOW, I think, when it was revealed to me that my last partner wanted to split up with me for over a year and a half before telling me to do so, telling me that was the case. I felt as any person would, betrayed, lied to, deceived and used, in all honesty. And that really, at the time I couldn't quite recover from that properly. But that really started my journey towards MGTOW. I mean, I started off early days thinking, oh yeah, I'll find someone, I'll move into another relationship and that'll be better. And then I was writing a journal one day and I was sitting down thinking about it all and looking at the similarities between all the girls I'd sort of been in long-term relationships and obviously short-term. And despite their differences, their looks, their sort of personalities in general, there was one running theme to the fact that once their need of me in that regard ran out, they moved on to something better. And this was hard to accept. Obviously, my pride took a really big hit then, because you think, I did everything. I made sure they were happy. I put them first. And looking back, I made all those mistakes. And I'll question whether if I didn't make those mistakes, would they have led me to the better existence I'm experiencing now? I think it's hard to realise especially when you're younger. It is a hard conclusion to come to, and you think, you sold these ideas of these girlfriends, and you meet a beautiful girl and you think, yeah, she's going to be amazing, and you have this jaded, rose-tinted glasses view of what she's going to be like. And this is all well and good, and I figured out, only through looking back and reflection really, that rose-tinted view lasts only a very short time. You get told what you want to hear. They act as they think they should act around you for long enough to sort of pull you in. And I mean, like I say, I can say this all now in hindsight, but this is what I've experienced. And looking back on it all, they are all the same in this regard to me. And I see it in day-to-day life. My job currently, only for a short time though now, it is in a lot of view of the public, and I work with a lot of women. And you see this on a day-to-day basis, how they will try and manipulate situations and talk the men round via certain little flirtatious gestures, or even overtly flirtatious gestures. And I just sit back and watch the way they are, and watch men come in to where I work and sit with their wives, sit with their girlfriends. And a lot of times they have arguments, which is odd because it's quite a public place where I work. And to overhear some of the conversations that they're having with all the shaming language used. I mean, this was used to me quite a few times in my old relationships and things like that. And you can, like I said, when you're in the thick of it, you don't quite realise what it is. But after a while of looking back, and you can see the same mistakes that people are making that you made, it's quite a struggle to sit and watch. But I was led here through experience, I must admit. I won't lie, I haven't been through the family courts, and I haven't had to deal with a custody battle or anything as such. And I could never hope, I never would want to go through that. And from everything I've heard from other MGTOW, it's a plague. If you're a man, it's really not great for you, and it's something I hope never to experience, or I will never experience. So my journey to MGTOW was really, like I said, one of reflection and one of looking back and seeing exactly how I was manipulated, identifying how I was manipulated, type of language used, because I was young, manipulated with sex. You have a high sex drive, and women will use sex to get what they want. And we use certain gestures or looks or little flirty movements or flirtatious language to just get what they want and use you until something better comes along. My last relationship that ended, I was replaced within 2 days. 2 days. And this left me feeling awful because I felt replaceable. I felt like I didn't matter at the time. But when I really sat down, and really thought about it and looked over it, the other guy did me a favour. Because I don't know how long I would have been, it would have carried on with the lies. But I was glad I could look back and see it. And then through new eyes of what I'd learned before, I started to see what all women are really like. How manipulative they are. And how ruthless they carry out this. And I feel it necessary to just outline my kind of journey to MGTOW in this kind of short video, really. I would like to make other videos explaining in more depth, but I felt I had to kind of get this one down and out in the open. I'm sorry if it's a little stop and starty. all over the place. I tend not to write things down. I tend to just go off the top of my head, as I feel I can give a more honest account of how everything was and how everything is. So that's my brief introduction. Again, I'll be hopefully making more videos soon. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank Messenger Rising for your help just to with how to sort of make a video and get it out there and where to start. And again, I'm sorry it's not the best quality, but I hope for one point you've managed to sit through and have a listen, and look forward to sort of making another video very soon. Cheers.